Hello, and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, just want to take a look here at the intraday price action because Bitcoin is moving higher and has now finally arrived at this larger resistance area. And just wanted to remind you that the C wave we are watching, the 100% extension, which is an ideal target, is still located around 64K. We talked about that in the previous video, and maybe Bitcoin is getting there. So let's take a look at it. I've taken the yellow wave count off the chart. There were two scenarios, one directly higher, one like this, A, B, C, and the other one was just a larger B wave, which however would also have resulted in that rally. So we were looking at higher prices, as you know, short term at least, because I still consider this a larger three-wave move. But now that we're getting to that target area here, and especially that 100% extension at 64K, which is, you know, an ideal target for the C wave. Need to be watching this. We are now approaching that next trend line. It's only 2 touch points. It's not a high quality trend line. So I mentioned that as well. I think the Fib levels are more relevant here. The price, as you know, likely bottomed in a third wave here on the 24th of June. We had 5 waves up into the 26th of June high, a 3-wave correction, 3-wave pullback, and now the possible 5-wave move up in wave C. Why were we looking for higher? Well, it's quite simple, because this initial rally was possibly a 5-wave move up, and this move down clearly a 3-wave move down. 5 up, 3 down typically indicate that we should get one more high. And what we typically then do is we take the length of the A wave and we compare that with the length of the C wave. And as the rally is now unfolding, and I've taken that support zone off the chart, but Bitcoin reacted earlier today to this wave 2 support zone and started a third wave rally. And I have now that we've reached the ideal third wave target. I gave you the fibs earlier today. It's actually overextended. Well, it's a little bit extended now, that third wave. What would the third wave normally need, or what do we normally want a third wave to reach? Well, the 1.38 extension as first ideal target, but higher is always possible. It's now reached the 1.786 extension. Bitcoin, the 1.786, it can be, you know, Bitcoin likes to do the 1.38, the 1.618. Normally not more than the 200%, but that's just, I don't have statistics about this, but I can't really remember. Yeah, we might do. I mean, in the smaller patterns, the 200% is already extended. I mean, it's not an altcoin, right? Bitcoin is not like going crazy normally in the third wave, but we'll see. I mean, bear in mind, what did I say in the previous video? I highlighted that the third wave ideally extends a bit, because if it doesn't, we will probably not get to the 100% extension. So it's quite good that it's doing that. And the 63,081 level would be the next Fib extension. But also pay attention to the trend line for some resistance. And I'm adjusting the support region as we go. It's holding for the fourth wave. This little dip was not the fourth wave yet. I'm not entirely sure about the micro count here. I'm not entirely sure, but this here would be the 1, this would be the 2, this would be the 3. There are various ways of how this could be counted. I could even interpret this as a diagonal pattern, yeah. But then we would have A, B, right, and then 1, 2, 3. I don't know. I don't want to get into the micro counting here. It's pointless. But we can track the support zone as long as the market is holding above the 50% retracement. I could consider this an impulse. It's doing that. That's currently at 61,785. The 61.8 retracement at 61,527 is still acceptable, but only in a diagonal. Because this is a C wave, it could be a diagonal. Below that level, I have to assume we've topped. Okay, at least based on what I can see right now. And this move up now looks incomplete. I mean, it ideally still gets another 4-5 pattern, or if it rallies straight away to 64K, then it might do it without another 4-5 and is just like a WXY structure or something. For me, the 100% extension is more important actually than this additional 4-5 pattern. But we would still, if we don't get a 4-5 or we just rally there straight away, I would still continue to lift support with the price, because a break of support would only that would be an indication of a trend change. That we are coming down in wave 5. Okay, so at the moment that means in simple terms, I'm not bearish. Okay, we're still looking for higher in the short term. Ideally getting to 64,050. Now that we've reached resistance, I would get a little bit cautious, but would still expect higher. Definitely getting more cautious around 64,000. As we then, if we then go higher, only a break above 65,335 would confirm something more bullish is going on, especially if we break that level in 5 waves. Now, that would not be a problem, because even though we are watching for a move down still, as long as support is holding, we can, the support area holds us, it keeps us on the right side of the trend, which is still up in the very short term. Okay, so there's no need to impose our view on the market. We simply follow the trend, and the trend should be up as long as we're holding the golden ratio level. A break below it would be the first indication that we're coming down in wave 5. So even if the wave count here and the assumption is not correct and we go up higher directly, we have our support area to guide us. I hope that makes sense. I keep you updated. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.